In the first half of main event number 1, unlimited power caused some serious damage. The Thunder Lords were eliminated early when Captain America got caught up in the corner. And propulsion was looking good until a Winnebago surprise took the wind out of their sails. Hi everybody, I'm Aaron Yonda and welcome to Junkyard Joust. There's just 16 cars left out of the 50 that started this event. 9 teams though are still in it. Anybody can take this. Let's head out into the junkyard for the joust. Mr. Bean and Barb haven't been getting along, Baby Cookie consoling him.
It makes me want to giggle. Tell me more.
But enough drama off track. Let's start out round 4 with Off Track. Sponsored by Beaks Busted Barn Finds. Off Track bounces off Evil Weevil, gets halfway off the track, not enough to escape. Gonna take a hit from Snake Oiler, sponsored by Reaper EOD. Snake Oiler sends Off Track skittering across the ground. Santa Slayers and the Speed Reapers doing pretty well in this match. Can they keep it up? 38 Dodge Airflow for Jurassic Ride, sponsored by Sicken. The Airflow smashes Snake Oiler out of position, throwing it over by the height tower. Speaking of the height tower, it hits a 6 on the way over there. And Dodge Airflow takes its place at the front where it likes to hang out. Nice recovery by Snake Oiler. Speed Demon's got 2 left. Street Shark, sponsored by Emo Dingo. Straight into the air, Street Shark bounces off the back of the Dodge Airflow, hits the crates, goes over upside down, stretching up into the air for a height of 7 before it lands and is eliminated. First elimination of round 4. Tough loss for the Demons. Final car for the Worthington Dragsters, Drag Strip Duel, sponsored by Reaper EOD. Yet again, Drag Strip Duel stymied by the back of the Airflow, cannot get under that thing, and it locks it in. Mr. Bean falls over. He's probably having a hard time breathing in that turkey. Barb is not interested, completely ignoring him. In round 3, Propulsion had 4 left. Now they're down to just Shadowjet, sponsored by Sean's Toy Room. Shadowjet gets under the dragster, throws it around, and the dragster takes a bad bounce, goes sideways. If it stays like that, the dragsters are done for the season. Mr. Maroon down to just the Chevy 454SS, sponsored by Sid from Cybertron. A solid smack from the Chevy as Shadowjet is thrown over and out. Propulsion, after an incredible start, just got eliminated from this match. Devastating. Glorious Throttle down to just 1, 1904 GT, sponsored by Jedi. The GT slots in nicely behind Mr. Maroon's Chevy. And here comes the last limo, the Airport Limousine, sponsored by Chome. Airport Limousine hits a solid line. The whole line bounces back. I think something broke off there. Maybe a lot of stuff broke off. Can't tell exactly what that was. Maybe the bumper of the GT or something. Phaeton, sponsored by Milo's Motor Menagerie. Phaeton takes a shot at the limo, but it's too big, can't get underneath. And the Speed Reaper sending down Musha Motors now, sponsored by Chome. Musha hits the Phaeton, bounces it off the track. The Phaeton stays level and survives. Here comes the Plesiosaurus Transporter with no Plesiosaurus, sponsored by Reaper EOD. Wow, the Transporter sledgehammers Musha Motors all the way up to the front of the crate, sideways, eliminated, right next to the dragster. That was rough. Now the Transporter is in a little bit of trouble. Flex Force for the Demons, sponsored by Sean's Toy Room. Flex Force gets the takedown on the Transporter. Without the Plesiosaurus, that thing is just not as stable, and it is definitely sideways and probably out if it doesn't get lucky. 16 Angels, sponsored by Farty Marty. 16 Angels takes a shot at Flex Force, but it backfires. 16 Angels, usually good at recovering, turns upside down, goes partially off the track, and Flex Force escapes. The GRX for the Reaper is sponsored by Regal Radio. GRX forces 16 Angels all the way off the track. It cannot make a recovery, stays sideways now, and uh-oh. Speed Reapers might have just lost GRX. It is also sideways. Here comes Technetium, final car of the round, sponsored by Sean's Toy Room. Technetium slams into the limo, no harm done, but there was harm done in this round. 7 eliminations and 2 teams are done. Their finals hopes quashed. And it looks like there's only one team that has more than 1 car left. There's the 7 eliminations. Let's take a look at the aftermath. Speed Demons dropped to 1, Unlimited Power steady at 1, Speed Reapers took a big hit down to 1 from 3, and Santa's Slayers lose 1 down to 3. We're saying goodbye to Propulsion and the Worthington Drabsters. Jurassic Ride loses 1 down to 1, and GT and Mr. Maroon staying alive at 1. Nothing is certain as we head into round 5. Santa's Slayers still doing okay, but you just never know. Off track almost escapes the track. Can't quite do it, goes off to the right this time. The airflow plows past off track, spinning it around, catapulting all over the place, and look at that great recovery and stability by off track. The airflow bounces way back down the track. The lowness of the 19 Ford GT has done it some favors in this match so far as it slides into position. A tentative hit by Flex Force, just trying to be careful here. Flex Force wobbles into position. The last hope for Speed Reapers takes out Flex Force, and that is going to improve Speed Reapers' chances of getting out of this match. And now the Speed Demons are finished. They will not make the finals. The Chevy 454 takes a shot at Snake Oiler, but that thing has been on fire. Another great recovery, hits a 6, and then plants its wheels on the ground. The Chevy up on the back of that GT, that does not look like a safe place to be. The airport limousine takes a big shot at the Chevy, and wow, the Chevy almost gets eliminated, but at the last second, turns it over, makes the recovery. Mr. Maroon not out of this match yet. Santa's Slayer sends down the Phaeton. It gets under the back of airport limousine, stuck underneath. That does not look promising for the limo. GT curbside as well. Final car of the round, Technetium takes a shot. Not sure it was enough to get the limousine out. That does not look 45 to me. Looks like we'll just have the 1 elimination in round 5. Everybody else steady. Santa Slayers still at 3. And they will start us off for round 6 with Off Track as per usual. Off Track this time going curbside, but not going off the track. The Dodge Airflow takes another crack at Off Track, but no luck, a deft maneuver, and Off Track survives. The GT slots into place behind the Airflow, similar to last round. A huge wallop from the limo, but all it does is bounce the line backwards. The GT stays level, Airflow stays on the track. All these cars doing their best to make the win happen for their team. Snake Oiler can't quite get underneath the limo enough to do any damage, and now we've got 4 cars on the track. A big thwack from the Chevy and Snake Oiler. Wow, very uncharacteristic right there. I don't know what happened, if it was getting caught up on off track or what. Just looked like that hit took it out. And Snake Oiler's done, and probably so are the Speed Reapers. Last year's 3rd place team going to be eliminated. Great recoveries there by the Chevy and by the Phaeton. Ooh, a blistering undercut by Technetium takes out the limo, throws it over the doors, tips it over, and Unlimited Power are now out of the match. We're going to lose 2 more teams in this round. 2 eliminations, and there they are. Let's take a look at the aftermath. Unlimited Power looked promising, but they couldn't make it happen. Speed Reapers, unbelievable that they are not going to the finals. Santa Slayer's still at 3. Jurassic, GT, and Maroon, all good at 1. Cookie and Mr. Bean, looks like maybe they have a gift. Maybe it's for Barb? Not sure it's gonna be enough to make her interested in the man with the chicken on his head. So I went back and looked through the entire Junkyard Joust channel, and it looks like in 2023, we are heading for 52 episodes of Junkyard Joust, 1 every week. And I thought, you know, I'd really like to reward the people I work with on this show with a little end of the year bonus for all their hard work. their consistency, and their devotion to making this show happen. I'm proud of the fact that we were able to produce an episode of this show every week for the whole year. So I created a page on the Patreon where you can make a one-time donation at any level that you can afford, and you'll receive the Junkyard Joust logo if you do it. You can use that logo for anything you want, upload it to a website where you can make yourself a t-shirt or a mug or whatever you want. The link to that page is in the description. You don't have to sign up or anything, it's just a one-time thing. It would mean a lot to all of us. Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays, and thank you for supporting Junkyard Joust. Okay, back to the main event. Round 7, here we go. If any team gets eliminated now, this match is gonna be over. Off Track doesn't even try to get off the track this time, that's unusual. And the Chevy takes advantage of it. Off Track gets thrown up in the air, gets a bad landing, and is stuck sideways. Hits a 6 on the way there. Great hit by the Chevy, and if you want to take Santa Slayers out, you gotta take out Off Track. GT starts to slide under the Chevy, can't make it happen, and we got 2 lined up. The airflow comes down, tightens the line up. Phaeton takes a shot, can't get under the airflow, goes curbside. GT does get under the truck now. Technetium makes a friendly hit on the Phaeton. It escapes, but Santa's Slayers do not escape a loss this time around. Mr. Maroon barely hangs on with the Chevy. 1 elimination, it is Off Track. That'll take Santa's Slayers down to 2, closer to even with the other 3 teams. And now we're gonna head into round 8. We're going the distance in this match. Santa's Slayer's gonna start off with Technetium now that they don't have Off Track anymore. Technetium slots in, backs down the track a ways. 4GT tightens everything up, cannot get Technetium off the track. The airflow slams the line forward, just tightens it up though, can't make anything happen. The Chevy can't dislodge the airflow, now we got 4 lined up, a chance for the Phaeton to do something here. The Phaeton lifts the Chevy up in the air, its back end towards the sky. It looks like it's gonna go over and out, but look at this last second pivot, and the Chevy makes a recovery. Mr. Maroon is living on the edge. No eliminations in that round. We're gonna increase the speeds. The cars will go down faster now. It's gonna be more likely that somebody gets eliminated. Here we go. Technetium starts us off for the Slayers. Locks it in down at the end of the track. The Chevy takes a shot at Technetium, big hit, but it only manages to rebound Evil Weevil off the track, who actually makes a recovery. The GT slams the Chevy, we got 3 lined up, and I'm getting word that Jurassic Ride is gonna use their bonus action. It's getting tense, we're getting down to the end. No one wants to make a mistake, so the airflow is going to the end of the line. At increased speeds, that could certainly prove to be devastating to the other cars. The Phaeton's going down now. Phaeton does the job. Wow, 2 eliminations on that hit. The Phaeton tosses the GT up and over, also forces the Chevy forward and upside down, still on the track though, and that could be 2 teams depending on what happens on this next hit. And now it's the airflow's turn. This could decide a lot. The airflow hurls Santa off the track. The Phaeton flips over sideways. That's an elimination for Santa's Slayers. They still have a car left. Mr. Maroon and GT do not. So now only Jurassic Ride and Santa's Slayers are left alive. 3 cars eliminated in that round and 2 teams. Santa's Slayers dropped down to 1, but they survived. And a clever use of their bonus action keeps Jurassic Ride alive. So now what happens? GT and Mr. Maroon eliminated at exactly the same time. They have exactly the same amount of points. It really couldn't be more tied, and there is no way to break this tie based on what happened in the match. So here's what's gonna happen. As you know, there's a wild card entry that gets into the finals every year for the 10th slot. Well, I've got great news for all you Mr. Maroon and GT fans. They are both going to the finals. Normally that 10th slot is reserved for the team that has the most points, but when a perfect tie like this occurs, that means that both of these teams are getting into the finals unless there's another perfect tie in one of the next 2 main events. If somehow that happens again, then we will have to have a runoff. But for now, there's 4 teams moving on. What a battle to get to the finals, and it will continue next year. Coming up next week, a supercut of all the episodes from Season 3 of Junkyard Joust. If you've never seen it, definitely take a look, or even if you have, watch it maybe after you have your holiday meal and you're just relaxing and falling asleep on the couch. December 31st will be the next custom match. See you all then, and if you get a chance, go to Patreon. Help me give a bonus to the guys this year. Cheers, everybody, and have a good one.